You put your tag in?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. I always like to start off asking, is there anything in particular you want to get out of this?
How to deal with zoning pressure.
Okay. I can help you with that.
Yeah, I bet you can. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah. And I do think, by the way, that it's not just like, it's not like it's just you. Like, I think Peach in particular, like, that's her pretty much her
weakness.
one weakness.
Yeah.
Like, her one weakness. Yeah.
I'd say it's that and like really strong disjoints are her
Yeah.
big two problems.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, I've seen your comp.
He's also in the crew. SD.
Okay, hello. Welcome. Yeah, we got one person. So we got her, then we got one person after her, and then you. Okay. Oh yeah, I've seen you. So I think you have a pretty solid combo game. Sometimes you drop it, but like a lot of times when you get those down smokes, bro, it's like 60-80%. I'm like, pops. So I think that's good. I think your ledge trapping is pretty good. I think sometimes okay. I've also seen that you're getting really good counters. So those are really good. I think sometimes you struggle a little bit in disadvantage.
Yes.
So I think disadvantage and probably the zoning are going to be the two big things that we'll focus on. But hey, let's see. Let's see. Maybe you'll body me. Who knows? It's been a while.
Who knows?
All right. Let's do it. No, I think even disadvantage you've been getting better because you're using your drift, like your float more, and you're like trying to mix up your recoveries. I mean, first few sacks were close as can be.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to think about how I got my opening. So I think your down airs on my shield are really good because they're pretty much safe if you're like floating like with your DI, like if you're like going in down airing and then like floating out. I think they're pretty much safe at the angle that you're at. I think a couple times I punished you with up B out of shield because you were doing like an unsafe area on my shield. I think you like landed with like a forward air or something. So I think go more for those down airs and like retreat instead of like landing with like a fair. The other thing I think is so a couple times you were just like you were spaced like right outside of like your space like right next to me, but like you sort of like almost it's like there's nothing that you could like hit me with almost, and so like that's like sometimes they'll throw out an option, but like if I don't like run into you, which maybe that was like a read, maybe it was just a misread. If I don't run into you, then like I just kind of got like I think there were a couple of instances like I got like a punish on you because it's like you were in this range and then you sort of like sat there, and then there's no like move you can do to like hit me, and so then I just run in and hit you like there was like an air or an up air or like a grab. So then I think your edge trapping is good. I even think I think you did I think you did a lot of rolls on ledge. I don't think I punished them though. So
Yeah.
I mean like it's almost like I knew you were gonna do it, but yeah. So I don't know if you need to mix that up more. If it's working, it's working. But I did notice that. And then there was one other thing I'm trying to remember. By the way, I think dealing with projectiles you did pretty much fine. I mean you're getting the shields, you're getting the parries, you're not just like running into them mindlessly like a lot of people do. So I think that's fine. Sometimes it is a question of like the approach, like if I have like a bomb out, and I'm like throwing out boomerang, like sometimes people just have to play patient and wait for me to sort of like use up my resources, because like I'm gonna be most dangerous to you when I have a bomb out. Bomb is really the thing that like Peach kind of struggles to deal with. Like even like my arrows and my boomerang, you can kind of like beat them with like a back air or a forward air if you extend your hitbox on me, or like extend your hitbox on them and then hit me. So sometimes that'll work, but like bomb, you pretty much can only grab it. Like there's nothing you can do to beat out my bomb. So sometimes if I have a bomb out, you need to like reassess kind of how you're going in on me. And I think on that note too, your aerial approaches are pretty good, but I feel like you didn't actually use grab almost at all. And I understand, by the way, don't always use grab as a commitment, etc. But it's almost like it's this mix-up that I think you could have gotten a few times. I think you had a few instances where you could have grabbed me and you didn't. I think those are the things I noticed. Again, I don't think it's anything like huge. I think you're playing pretty well. I think you're dealing with projectiles pretty well. Those are just the habits I would say.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Okay. Let me update the notes and we'll play the second one. Yeah, also that that upbeat kill on me was sick. And
Thank you.
I've been seeing you get those too on other people.
Because they're afraid of the fair, so they jump up
I
here.
know,
I'm like, I have
yeah.
something for that.
I know. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I was like, okay, and I was thinking, she can either up air me or up B me, and I was like, okay, I gotta be careful, I gotta time it, and then you're like up B, and I'm like, oh, I'm dead. Like, I had it in my head, and I was like, oh, I'm dead.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Happens.
I think as far as counter picks, I think your two best stages are going to be Battlefield and Smashville. Here's my reasoning. So like you said, she struggles with zoning. She struggles with projectiles. Smashville's small stage. I don't have that much room to run around. I kind of have to deal with your back airs, deal with your down tilts. It's kind of scary. Like, you find a conversion, and it's like, I can just die, right? I mean, it's probably, I think this is, by the way, I think this is a +1 for Young Link, because I think Young Link wins the neutral well enough, and I think it's really just like Peach has such a strong punish game and like ledge trapping game that's why it's not like worse for Peach. It's just because like her conversions are so good. But I do think Young Link wins the neutral because of projectiles. I think on Smashville, it's probably even or maybe even winning for Peach. So like I'm always gonna ban Smashville against you, just FYI.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like Smashville I think is a really good stage because it's like you like the blast zones are kind of small. You don't have much room to run around, and you can just pressure with those back airs. I don't really have. Here's the thing: it's like out of shield, I pretty much have 3 options. Like I have Nair, which is frame 7. I have up B, which is frame 9, and I have Bear, which is frame 8, I think. But here's the thing about that: you do a good job on this, and it works in the matchup. If you are doing like a side B, or you're doing a down air, or you know what I mean, like if you're spacing out these aerials, especially at the angle, like if you're doing a low float, I don't like. It's like sure, maybe if I'm like really on top of my shit, maybe I'll get a back air or an air, and that's it. Like that's literally like 10%, and it's risky for me because you're backing off, and if I don't get it, you get me with another like back air. You get me with another aerial, and that's like 20% for you. Plus, it's so much stronger for you because like your hits are strong and they put me into knockdown situations, right? They put me into free fall. Whereas like my Nair, it's gonna be hard for me to even get the hard hit of Nair, which will be again okay for me, and not even like it's like you have a better risk reward in this situation. Is my point.
Gotcha.
And you're like even though it's not 100% safe, it's kind of safe. You know what I mean? It's kind of safe on execution. So I think Smashville is really good because you can like put me into those boxing situations which I want to avoid.
Right.
And then you kill me off the side early. Granted, I also kill you off the side early, but I think this is a matchup where Young Link wants to win the neutral, doesn't care about the blast zones as much, and Smashville makes it really hard for him to win the neutral.
Okay.
So I think Smashville is really good. I think Battlefield is good for both. So you have both the blast zones being good for you, and you have the layout of the stage, which I think is kind of hard for Young Link. So a lot of people think Battlefield is a good stage for Young Link, and I don't think it's a bad stage for Young Link. But I think a lot of people don't realize is that in certain matchups, again, like where you want to camp with Young Link, Battlefield is a hard stage to camp on. The platforms give you a lot of mobility in how you move, and it also makes like my projectile wall like a lot trickier to set up. So I think that combined with the blast zones is going to make that a really good stage for you. Again, I think you want to avoid the big stages where I could just kind of zone you out.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, and yeah, so it's like, so I think pretty much every time I'm going to ban Smashville and Battlefield against you. If I was you, I would think about maybe Lilat, maybe Yoshi's Story. If not, then Town and City, because the side blast zones are so small, you can get some cheese. I know that peach cheese. Yeah. So I think those are probably the best stages for you. You definitely want to avoid like Kalos and FD. PS2 is pretty neutral, I think. I
For
think
most people, yeah. Except maybe like Snake.
Yeah. right.
I do not take Snake there.
That down be busted.
I don't like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can do game 2.
Okay.
Yeah, we can run back or any stage you want to pick. It's up to
Okay,
you.
I'll give it a shot here then.
All right. Alrighty. Nice. Good work. Good games. I think. So, by the way, super close game. I think the things I noticed in that game were you were trying to contest my landings too aggressively with your float. So I got 2 down air kills on you, I think, and I got like another like 60% from down air. I think that game was basically like down air the game. So I think you have to be more careful about challenging Young Link's landings. Like your float is really good when I'm on the ground, but with the landings you have to be a bit more conservative to not get hit by that down air. you have to like kind of like fade back. It's you know it's sort of like the thing when you edge guarded me. It's like you sort of like have to like see what I'm gonna do, like sort of like threaten, but don't actually commit. And then when I commit to my up B, bam, you hit me, right? So like it's that kind of thing. So like I think that was good. There was one other thing I noticed. Let's see if I remember it. Oh, the other thing was, by the way, honestly, that could have been a blowout game because there were a lot of instances where like we were in the boxing game, and honestly, I felt like you had openings. You had an opening, and then you just like, that happens. It happens in boxing games. Like you just don't get that. Like you don't get that hit. Like you go for something and maybe like you miss input or like it doesn't quite hit. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I was scared. We were next to each other, and like I was going for some stuff. I was flubbing some stuff. Like I was like giving you openings. And it's like you could have had like I know for a fact you could have found like that back air combo, like that down tilt. Like I was like, bro, I'm gonna die. Like. And you didn't quite get it, but like that's sometimes that just happens in a set. But like I know that you had the opportunity to get those a few times, and so like I think that was very close to going the other way, and maybe even like it could have been like a blowout depending on how things went. You know what I mean? So I think it was good. I think that's the big stuff I noticed. I mean, for example, like you use your counter. And I got you with like who cares? I get you with like a 5%, like an arrow. It's like yeah, I'm kind of reading that you're gonna do a counter and playing around it, but it doesn't matter because I'm not getting that much off of it anyway. You know what I mean? It's like that move is super hard to punish. At least for like young, I can punish it with like a projectile safely. If I try to punish it with like anything other than projectile, super scary. Because like I'll probably like run into the hitbox. Like it's so big. So. Again, even though I kind of know that you're going to do that, I'm not punishing you much for it. Granted, on the flip side, maybe don't be as predictable with it so that you can get those meaty like kills with it, like you do sometimes against like I've seen you. By the way, I think you almost got a kill on me almost. It was close. Yeah. It didn't quite hit. So yeah, so it's like if you're more unpredictable with it, you can get bigger punishes off of your counter. But I think it was good. Yeah, I mean super close. So good games.